Hi everybody, it's Jill Blanchett with Green Thumb Stampers. I'm here for a Finally Friday video, and this week I'm going to do a no frills fun fold, so hang on and I'll get started. We're going to start with a regular sheet of paper that's 8.5 by 11, and we're going to cut it down to 5.5 by 11. Cut this piece off. Then we're going to score it at 1 1/4, 5.5, and 9 1/4. This will be what we're going to work with. Go ahead and burnish, crease your folds real good. And the card is going to fold up like this. Now we're going to cut the paper for the inside. And I'm going to try and take this pattern and we're going to run it all the way across the front. I'm thinking that that's going to look kind of cool. So we're going to need 2 pieces in this size, which is 1 inch by 5 1/4. And we need 1 piece for here, that's 1.5 inch by 5 1/4 inches. Then we need a piece for here and a piece for here that are 3.5 by 5 1/4. And then we'll need a piece for here that's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So I will tell you again as I get going, but this is going to be my plan. So let me start. We're going to need 2 pieces, and they're all going to be 5 1/4. So let's cut this down to 5 1/4. I've got the new paper pack here. So we're going to need a 1 inch by 5 1/4 inch piece. And that's going to go on the outside. Then we need a piece for the inside. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4. And do the same. We need a 1 inch piece. So we need 2 of these. Then we just need 1 for here, which will be our second piece off of this. And we need that to be 1.5 by 5 1/4. So let's go to 1.5. That will go here. And then we need a piece for here at 3.5 by 5 1/4. And this should already be 3.5. This paper was 6 by 6. And we're going to cover that all up. So what if we turn it just to keep the pattern flowing is what my thought is. I just want this pattern to see if we can get it to flow through the front. And this gets all covered up when we put it on there. So I'm going to just turn it around when I get to it. So then we need our second piece at 3.5 by 5 1/4. So we've got our 5 1/4. I'm going to go to the 3.5, and this will go on the inside right here. And then I just have a piece of plain white for now that will go in here, and that you could put your sentiment and stuff on. So that is the directions for making this fun fold card. Again, it's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. You cut it at 5.5. You score it at 1 1/4, 5.5, and 9 1/4. Then you're going to fold it up like this. Let's just get some of our pieces glued on here. You know, some of you like to see it as you finish it. So we'll glue this piece onto the front. We're going to glue this brown one on right here. Just don't like to make my no frills tutorials go too long. So I will try and hurry. You can obviously fast forward to the next steps. Then this side, we're going to put the last one, and I decided to go this way with it just to keep all the flowers showing. It was a waste of all that flowers to hide that in there under the flap. So I'm going to put those on the outside, and I'm going to put them up here. I don't care if there's extra space that way or not. So there's our outside of our card. Then the inside, we're going to put the green ones. And now you can put more like layers on here on the outside if you want to put some of the cutouts if you're using the coordinating stamp set, or more of the paper. Our belly band could be cut down to 9.5, so 11's a little bit long, so I'm going to cut it down. 9.5, 10, 11. So I'm going to cut 1.5 inches off the end there. Pull our belly band up and just lightly fold it over. And then we just can put a little bit of our glue on there. Put a little bit on each side so that I make sure I don't go over where it's going to need to be stuck at. And then I'm going to make the frame and finish that off with a label. One of the labels from here. I'll put that on the top with the sentiment. I stamped the sentiment. I cut out a couple labels from the die set. I attached it to the belly band. And that slips right over and holds the card shut. Now that's very plain and simple. You can add some of the flower dies that go with this the stamp set, the two-tone flora. There's dies for all these flowers and leaves. So you could embellish around that and jazz up this band as well. But I tried to keep this as no frills as I could. So there you go. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. I'll be back again with another Finally Friday video. Bye.